Welcome back to the Dungeon Master's Corner. A new campaign begins. New characters, new surprises, and new ways to really mess with our dear DM. Nicole chose to run this one for us, so Andrew and I volunteered ourselves to help with lore and world building. Chaos, of course, ensued. Welcome to another episode of DM's Corner. My name is Brian.
My name is Andrew, and I'm not quite dead yet.
My name is Nicole. All of your little intros just get me.
Yo,
Not dead yet. I feel like going for a walk.
It's so hard to follow. So today we're going to be telling the story that we're calling affectionately Laughing Mists. This was part of the Dangerous Designs module, slight module one-shot from the Explorer's Guide to Wildmount book.
We actually, it's an interesting story how we got to Wildmount. Nicole, you've been running a game in Exandria for a while for another group.
Yes, I have, except they were originally, they started off in Tal'Dorei, ended up over in Marquette. But then the Explorer's Guide to Wildmount book came out, and my Tal'Dorei group has the sad problem that a lot of D&D groups have, is scheduling issues.
So Andrew and I and another friend of ours, we wanted to keep playing, but we didn't really. That was after you had stopped playing Phandelver for a little while. But we wanted to keep kind of playing, and Nicole, you wanted to do more world building, as I recall.
Yeah, I mean, why not expand the world, expand my lore for eventually when we are able, our schedules align once more and we can continue. There'll be more world. There'll be more lore that I've been actively building and working on. Because, I mean, DMs, it's hard to just sit in a room sometimes and just work on lore when your players have not played for months.
Yeah.
It's
Because
hard.
sometimes you need new players to build lore and create NPCs and kill those NPCs.
And make it alive. Make the world alive and fresh.
Yeah.
So-
and all of us here are Critical Role fans, so we do kind
Exactly.
of understand some of the lore. So it was
So
a
it's
fun
not
thing.
completely it's not completely out of their, knowledge base, and it's something familiar, but it's also something fresh. Like, they get to explore. It is Mercer's Wildmount, but with my twist.
Yeah.
So, Dangerous Designs takes place in the town of Hupperdook, which is very industrial. Hupperdook is very industrial, and it starts out with a chase when the players get to town. With
A chase that we should not be able to win.
A chase that the main antagonist of that group, which is a Goliath woman, I believe her name was Sken. That name sticks in my head for some reason. They're supposed to fight her, and then she'll get away, and she'll meet them up again later, and they'll fight and they'll win against her eventually.
So Nicole, should we at least, before you get too deep into that,
Explain
at least
your
me and Brian-
characters?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll let Brian go first.
So I was playing a undead warlock. I was an Aasimar, so there was this whole terrifying beauty to me, beautiful but gaunt and frail, and I just love warlocks, and I wanted a high charisma. I'll be honest, I just wanted to play a warlock again. It's been so long. But I was playing Asher, and Asher was very charismatic, very handsome, and very stupid. I think I had an intelligence of 7. I was joined by...
Pretty much our friend Tom from
On the You Had to Be There podcast.
playing Phineas the Great, our Lord Bard, and I was playing the Open Hands monk, Bevan. What level were we? Level 2?
I think you started at level 2.
Okay, yeah, so I wasn't an Open Hands monk yet, but Bevan's a hard one to explain, so I'm going to try to do it as quickly and accurately as possible. He's an idiot.
The most terrifying part of this is, yes, he was that dumb, and yet he was the smartest of us. I had a 7 intelligence. Stat-wise, yeah. I had a 7 intelligence. Phineas had an 8, and I remember that because I had a neg 2, he had a neg 1, and Bevan,
0.
with his 10, had the 0 intelligence. And with 0 intelligence, he was the smartest of us. And I think the thing that cracked us up the most was you're like, this is going to be an investigation one-shot. And we all look at each other going, fuck!
Yeah. But the greatest thing about Bevan, and this is how I didn't really come in with it because I made it like the day of, because I've been doing this long enough where I can just go into the app and just be like, boom, 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 character done. I literally looked into Nicole going, he's dumb, he's spacey, he doesn't remember a lot of things. You get a blank check here, Nicole. Make him whatever he was in your past. And I broke Nicole for like a minute being like, I don't know what to do with this. No one gave this to me before.
No one had ever given me a complete blank backstory before to do with. And this did eventually become a full campaign outside of the Dangerous Designs one-shot. So I've gotten to work with this blank check.
Yeah. But we can go into Bevan and the group a little bit more later, because I'm sure there are stories to share there.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
But this was session 1.
Yep.
And we broke you.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Yes.
That set a tone for everything that was coming.
So, Sken is running away with the kobolds who broke her out of prison. And the players are intersecting at the road. It's like a T shape. She's running from left to right. They're coming up from south to north, and they see her. So, Phineas decides, I'm going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter to stop her in her tracks. And it worked. So, to try to help her, like, I think she had, like, just dropped, fog cloud, I want to say. There was, like, something that got triggered.
There was a fog cloud, I do recall that, yeah.
Which is how I almost dropped Bevan, or I dropped Bevan twice.
You almost killed Bevan with that fog cloud.
Yeah.
But they literally had Sken on the ground laughing for several turns of combat.
While we dealt with the minions.
While they dealt with the minion kobolds, which I do believe they exploded, if I remember.
Yeah, they did explode.
We like things that explode in these games.
Apparently, we're big on blowing up kobolds and goblins. It's a sickness. We need help.
When you can't hit a player, make them make a dex save.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's what you do. That's how you
Problem
deal
is,
with
we
the
were
high
all squishy.
Yeah.
It was very easy to hit all of us. You had a bard, a monk, and a warlock. We were very easy to hit.
I rolled really well on stats.
But they did manage to hit Sken a few times. She managed to save out of the hideous laughter. Finally, I'm thinking, yes, she's gonna get away. I'm gonna be able to continue the way it's intended. And she starts running. And gets chased.
She downs Bevan first for the
Bevan
second
does go
time
down.
in the fog cloud.
So we don't know where he is. He's making death saves, and players, we know he's in the fog making death saves. Characters do not. So we play our characters to the grave. We play them. Andrew and I, we both agree. Play him to the grave.
For those who have heard me play Craig, that's not like some weird, like, oh, I'm playing it up. No, that's actually how I play characters a lot of the time. Obviously, like, Bevan's... Actually, Craig is smarter than Bevan.
That's
by
terrifying.
how I play, and that should terrify those listening to this.
That is terrifying. But so yeah, Bevan, you're a miracle. Your existence is a miracle.
Yes, it is. Which is how the whole blank check thing came about.
Heck, so Phineas and I are shooting at her as she's running because, Eldritch Blast, I got that distance. And then we just hear you make a noise, because we're playing this over Discord.
Yeah.
And we just hear you make a noise, and you type something to Nicole.
Yep.
And...
Alright, my turn. So, basically what was happening in there, she knocks me down and then starts running away. I rolled below a 10 on the first one, so 1 fail. And then my second turn, a nat 20. So in the end, I went from completely down to completely up.
Well, completely up's a strong word.
Up with 1 hit point, but that was enough. That was all Bevan needed, and he tore out
Bevan
that
is a
fog cloud.
tanky train.
I think the best part of that was you going, she's off the map, and Bevan is down. And we're like, 1, we don't know Bevan is down.
Yes.
2, this is D&D. There is no off the map. She is still within range. We are following.
Yep. So in the end, Bevan gets up with the nat 20. I have no idea because the fog cloud's still there. She did not dispel it. So I go up and I look at Nicole. I'm just going to start rolling a d8 just for the cardinal directions because I could run the complete opposite direction because I got disoriented. So I roll it. I rolled the exact direction she was going. So you just see Bevan screaming with his bow staff out, just yelling like a maniac, running his monk speed directly to her.
Just right out of the fog cloud, like a bat out of hell.
Yeah.
Honestly terrified her.
I think you realized you couldn't get to her with the bow staff because I remember how you killed her. And I think that was the moment Asher and Phineas looked at each other and were like, no, we're not fucking with this guy.
No. You are correct. The bow staff. I just ran out just because I didn't know what was going on, and I pulled out a dart. Pretty much, I think it went on for like 2 turns before Bevan finally got into distance, tossed it at her. I didn't make any specifications or anything, and she was like, "How do you want to do this?" And literally, I looked at her, going, "It flies into her throat." And Brian goes,
No. You did not say into her throat. You said in her mouth and down her throat. That was the moment that Tom and I were like, oh shit, Bevan is hardcore.
and then
we realized we needed her and went, oh shit, we gotta heal her.
Yeah, we tied her up, we healed her, spared the dying, all that stuff, and the mini boss went bye-bye.
I was gonna say, did you? I don't remember you actually sparing her.
We kept her alive because we needed her for something, I thought.
Oh, right, you did turn her back into the prison.
We realized we could get money.
Yeah.
Yep, that's what it was.
We needed her for money.
We weren't smart, but we're financially savvy of, ooh, criminal, give me money.
Here's your criminal, give us gold.
You dragged her back and then, which was actually good in a way because it allowed me to be like, okay, she was supposed to get away. It was supposed to lead them on a trail to start figuring stuff out, and now she's just captured. Okay. Need to find another way to direct your players.
We usually start around 7:30, 7 o'clock when we play. It was 9 o'clock by the time we finished this, and we go late. And
Yeah.
Nicole's just twiddling her thumbs like, I don't know what to do with you guys right now. So we putzed around Humpaduke for a while until you got us back on track.
And you did start investigating because it gave me a chance to be like, because I had only prepped a certain amount of the module. It let me read a little bit more like, okay, where do they need to go? Where can they go? Okay, they can start looking at these places, check out these leads.
Yeah.
We worked hard and played hard.
As they do.
Murdered hard. So, Nicole, what did you learn as the DM from Bevan and Asher and Phineas in this particular?
That there is no off the map in D&D, and your players will chase them down to their grave if possible.
As long as they're as vindictive as we are. Yep.
So always be prepared for the unexpected. Thank you so much for listening to our DM Corner.
I have been Brian.
I am Andrew, and I will chase you down to the ends of the earth.
And I'm Nicole. Hope you enjoyed, and have a good night.
Bye.
Bye.
If you would like to support us, please visit our Patreon at patreon.com/Reliably Chaotic. We give you criminal, you give us gold. You can also drop us a line on Twitter at Reliably Chaotic. We'd love to hear from you.